As of the 1st of December 2021, the entry period for the 37th America's Cup is now open. And we already have a strong indication that Alinghi, who've had an 11-year hiatus from the Cup, are going to be making a return. In this video, we're going to be going over all we know so far about Alinghi's return, and we're going to talk a bit about American Magic, who've also indicated that they'll be competing. Excuse the audio quality if it's not as good as usual. I'm on a surfing holiday in the Canary Islands. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can see some videos of me surfing very badly and see some videos of me sailing. So if you want to follow me over there, I'll put the name on the screen and in the description. So without further ado, let's get into the video. First up, we have this article. So as of 12 AM on the 1st of December, challengers can now officially enter. So we already know we've got Team New Zealand, winners of the last cup. They're going to be in the next cup, obviously. We've also got the challenger of record, which this time round is Ben Ainsley's Britannia team. And we also know that American Magic plan to compete. And I believe Luna Rossa are also planning to be there. So we should be looking at more teams this time round, which was one of the key aims behind the America's Cup protocol, which was released a few weeks ago. Kevin Shoebridge, Chief Operating Officer of Team New Zealand, says this: "We've had very positive initial interest since the release of the protocol, and interest from prospective teams, both existing and new, has been very encouraging." So it looks like the New Zealand team already have an idea of who's interested in entering. It's just that most of the new teams haven't announced publicly that they'll be competing yet. So soon after the entry period opening, several challenges were received. The entry period runs until the 31st of July 2022, so we've got a good half a year for other teams to enter. But with the America's Cup, it's often a good idea to get off to a quick start, because then you have a better chance of recruiting the talent that you need to have a chance of winning the Cup. But it says here that even entries as late as the 31st of May 2023 could be accepted. But here's another reason that teams want to get their act together and enter early. The allocation of the AC40 yachts is determined by the order of entry. So the quicker off the mark you are, the more preferential treatment you get. Also, the team bases at the venue, which we don't know yet, will be allocated based on the order of entries. It says here that it's down to the challengers to announce their challenge when they wish to, and apparently some want to remain confidential for now. Now, I'm not sure what the motivation behind that would be, but if you have any ideas, leave them in the comments below. So, it's all looking very positive for the next America's Cup in terms of number of teams. There were 11 challengers back in the 2007 Louis Vuitton Cup, the pre-event for the America's Cup, and Team New Zealand do seem to be attempting to emulate the success of the 2007 Cup. So I'm not convinced we'll get 11 teams, but it looks like they're making good progress. So now for the big news. It looks like Alinghi is getting ready to make an America's Cup return. So this has been talked about for quite a few months now, but today it was reported that Alinghi were amongst the first two teams to pay the initial 1.47 million entry fee. The New Zealand Herald reported that the Swiss team is trying to secure the purchase of a previous generation AC75 as a practice boat. However, Alinghi are remaining coy about their involvement, neither confirming nor denying the reports. A spokesman from Alinghi said, "The America's Cup remains as exciting as ever when it comes to secrets and speculations. The Alinghi sailing team is following closely all developments with the 37th America's Cup, and we will be in touch soon with further news." So to me, that sounds like it's quite possible we'll be seeing a return for Alinghi in the next America's Cup. So it's been 11 years since we last saw Alinghi in the Cup. The team, owned by Swiss billionaire Ernesto Bertarelli, burst onto the scene, winning the Cup at their first attempt in 2003, becoming the first European team to do so. However, to win the Cup, they controversially recruited some of Team New Zealand's top sailors who won the Cup previously. They included skipper Russell Coutts and tactician Brad Butterworth. Alinghi went on to defeat New Zealand 5-0 in 2003. So, are we going to be seeing a repeat of what happened in 2003? There's been speculation over whether Pete Burling and Blair Tuke will be competing in the next America's Cup, and some rumours saying that they may be on Alinghi's radar. So, New Zealand fans, what would you think if Pete Burling and Blair Tuke jumped ship to Alinghi? I know that when Russell Coutts and Butterworth switched allegiances, it did not go down well with New Zealanders. Alinghi went on to compete in two further America's Cups, and were finally defeated in 2010 by Larry Ellison's Oracle team in a deed of gift match. So what I find interesting is, why have Alinghi come back now? What is different than before? If anything, it's harder for Alinghi to compete. Previously, they've relied on talent from other countries. Switzerland, being a small country, means that they really rely on talent from other countries to do well. So the new nationality rules that are coming in for the next America's Cup could make it difficult for Alinghi. The new rules specify that crew members must also be a passport holder for the country they represent, or have spent at least 548 days between, but not excluding, the 17th of March 2018 and 18th of March 2021 in that country. So here it suggests that Alinghi may choose to represent under a different country's flag. If you have any ideas what country that could be, let us know in the comments below. Also, if you have a good understanding of this nationality rule and any loopholes there are in it, let me know. Because a lot of these sailors spend hardly any time in their home country, such as Pete Burling and Blair Tuke, because they're travelling for the Olympics and SailGP and other events, it means that some of the top sailors in the world may well not spend 548 days in the country they want to compete for. As I said, if you have more knowledge on that, that would be really interesting to know. Interestingly, later on in the article, it says there's been widespread speculation that an Alinghi Cup entry will be closely aligned with the Red Bull Formula 1 team. They're based in Milton Keynes in the UK, so there's a suggestion here that Bertarelli may choose to enter another British team for the Cup. I don't believe there's anything to stop this happening, and certainly in Formula 1 you get lots of teams from the same country. This is certainly possible with the depth of talent in British sailing, and it's not too far away from Switzerland. So that's all the news we have so far on the Alinghi. Before we end the video, I'd just like to touch on American Magic's plans to compete in the next Cup. Some of you may be aware of this. This was released a few weeks ago. So here it says that American Magic are pleased to receive the protocol and our team plans to compete at the 37th America's Cup. Terry Hutchinson, who's the president of sailing operations for American Magic, says that fortunately we have not been sitting still as we waited for the protocol to be released. Thanks to the support of our principals, our design team and our operations staff have been laying the groundwork for our next campaign. So that's all for this video. I'll try and keep you updated with all the sailing news as it happens. So subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. And if you enjoyed the video, leave it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. So with that said, I'll see you next time.